When I first saw the trailers for Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, I thought it was just gonna be a generic, bland kids movie, except with good animation. But then I watched it, and holy crap, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is amazing. Like, better than anyone would have ever imagined it would be. First off, this film just looks great. The colors are vivid and alive. The watercolor animation style is unique and amazing. It just looks gorgeous. This style really fits the Shrek world, and I hope that DreamWorks continues to astonish us with their great animation in the future. The action is also fast, amazing, and well choreographed. I like how the camera moves with the characters and it feels like we're there with the action. So the story in this movie is very mature and deep. It goes into themes about fear, anxiety, and death. In the movie, Puss is on his last life and he runs away alone from his past life since he's afraid of dying. As the film goes on, he learns about the value of life and family and he overcomes his fear of death. It's such a great and profound arc for Puss, and there are some really emotional moments. I like every single character in this film. I liked Kitty Southpaw and her banter with Puss, and also her small arc about trust. I also surprisingly enjoyed the dog that goes with Puss on the adventure. When I saw the trailers, I thought he was just gonna be an annoying, unfunny, and boring character, but I actually liked him. He's a fun character that stays positive and optimistic, even with his tragic backstory. He has some funny and emotional scenes. Now let's talk about the villains, and there are a decent amount of villains in this movie, but somehow manages to balance them and it's not overstuffed. First, let's talk about Wolf, who really steals the show here and is one of my favorite DreamWorks villain. He has such a scary and menacing presence and actually poses a threat against Puss, and his scenes are just dark, intense, and eerie. He also looks terrifying aesthetically. With his dark costume, his vicious red eyes and face, the haunting whistle that plays when he's near just makes him more scary. He's easily the best character in this movie, but I also liked Goldilocks and the three bears who are a crime family, and I like their plotline about family. There is also one more villain called Jack Horner from a nursery rhyme who, before this movie, I had actually never heard of. I don't want to spoil too much about him, but he's just a really funny villain. He doesn't have a big arc or compelling motivation. He's just an evil guy, and that's what I like about him. Just the concept and premise of an enchanted forest and its obstacles changing by whoever is holding the map is just fun and interesting. The jokes are funny, the soundtrack is great, just everything is great about this film. The characters, the animation, the story, it's just amazing. I cannot stress enough how much of a surprise this movie was and how happy I am that it exists. I am super excited and hopeful for the future of DreamWorks and maybe even the future of the Shrek franchise, since I would love to see this animation style in the Shrek world more. Go watch this film on the big screen. You need to watch it. If this movie bombs and DreamWorks goes back to making bad movies, I will never forgive you. I am giving Puss in Boots: The Last Wish a 9.5 out of 10.